Hey everyone, in this video I'm making a Niacinamide Face Serum. The serum I am making has a 5% niacinamide. In the video I give the amounts for 100 grams. If you go to the written post, you can find a calculator to adjust the amounts and more information on the ingredients. Niacinamide, a form of vitamin B3, has been studied for its benefits on the skin, particularly aging skin. Studies have found that applying niacinamide to the skin can help reduce signs of aging, like wrinkles, dark spots, and redness. It works by slowing down the transfer of pigment within the skin, which can help lighten dark spots. Niacinamide also helps the skin deal with stress from sunlight and pollution, which can lead to aging and pigmentation issues. It does this by either directly fighting harmful molecules in the skin or by boosting the skin's own protective systems. Additionally, niacinamide keeps skin cells healthy for longer and has anti-inflammatory effects, which means it can calm the skin. The studies suggest that niacinamide is a good ingredient for skincare products because it has many benefits for skin health and appearance without causing severe side effects. If you want to read more about this ingredient, you can find links to the articles about niacinamide in the written post. I start with Phase A. I use 91.2 rose hydrosol. Since I'm not using any fragrance, the rose hydrosol will give a floral scent to the serum. You can use distilled water instead. I sprinkled 0.5 grams of hyaluronic acid high molecular weight. The hyaluronic acid will swell in the hydrosol and after a couple of hours will disperse completely. I'll show you later in the video the stages of hyaluronic acid until it disperses entirely. After I sprinkled it on top of the hydrosol, I left it to swell without stirring or mixing it. This is the easiest way I found to work with hyaluronic acid. If you stir the hyaluronic acid, you might create clamps. This is how the hyaluronic acid looks right after I added it to the beaker. I set it aside. After about 2 hours, you can see it started to swell in the hydrosol. I checked it every 2 hours and it slowly dispersed in the hydrosol. After 7 hours, it was still not completely dispersed, so I left it covered for the night and came back the next day to check on it. The next day, the hyaluronic acid was fully dispersed in the rose hydrosol. You can see that a gel-like consistency has formed. High molecular weight hyaluronic acid can create a thicker gel than low molecular weight hyaluronic acid. This gel-like consistency helps to apply the serum. It allows the serum to spread easily over the skin, ensuring an even application. Now it's time to add phases B and C. I added 5 grams of niacinamide. Niacinamide is water-soluble and will dissolve relatively quickly in the hydrosol. Stirring helps to dissolve it faster. Next, I added the humectants. I added 0.3 grams of glycerin and 1 gram of pentylene glycol, then 1.2 grams of propanediol. You have more information on the ingredients in the written post. I stirred the mixture and moved on to the final phase, phase C, which contains the preservative. I added 0.8 grams of the preservative. The final step is to check and adjust the pH. The pH should be around 5, so I added some lactic acid solution to lower the pH. Whenever I add lactic acid solution, I only add a few drops and recheck the pH. It can take a few time until you reach the pH you want. You can find more information on pH adjustments on the website. The niacinamide serum is ready. I left it to rest for 3 hours to let the niacinamide powder dissolve completely and the bubbles from all the stirring to calm down. After 3 hours, it was ready to be poured into the bottles. You can use the serum morning and night before your moisturizer. 2 or 3 drops should be enough for each application. If you plan to make a small amount of this serum, you can use the calculator on the website to adjust the amount you want to make. The best way to store this serum is in a dark glass bottle. Both niacinamide and hyaluronic acid can be sensitive to light, especially UV light. Exposure can lead to degradation of the active ingredients, reducing the effectiveness of the serum over time. Dark glass bottles help to block out light and prolong the serum's shelf life. I added links to some articles and studies regarding the results of using niacinamide in your skincare. The links are in the written post.